Hello everyone, good evening. Today in this class, we are going to see about linear regression. So before classes, we saw about classification. So from now, we are going to see about regression. Let's see what is meant by regression. First of all, regression is termed as determining correlation. Correlation is the relationship between the feature which is called as independent variable and target which is dependent variable. And one more thing, it is used for predicting continuous values. So if you see, we have a weather data, and in that we had 4 columns: overcast, outlook, that way. And in the target column, we have to find whether a player will play or not play. So this is the target. If this is the case, you have to use classification. And if the suppose if the target variable is temperature, you have to predict the temperature for tomorrow. Like if you see in Google, there will be a forecast for the next day. So the Google will predict the temperature. Suppose 33 degrees Celsius, that way. You have to predict the temperature. These are called as continuous values. Continuous values, and these play, not play, like yes or no, male or female. This is categorical variable. The target variable is categorical. Here it is continuous. For example, I can say example for continuous values: salary of an employee, and then weight of a person, etc. Temperature, etc. So it is used for predicting continuous values. The first thing you have to check is the target variable, and you have to check whether it is continuous value or not. If it is not continuous value, you have to see which one to use. Then we have 2 types of regression. The first one is simple linear regression and multiple linear regression. Let's go through an example for this. Before moving into the topic regression, just see here so that you can get an idea about what is regression. Given the following set of values x and y, we need to find the value of y. This is the target when x is equal to 5. This is the feature, okay? So with this feature, you have to predict this target. That is, if x is given, you have to find y. See the example in number 1. Let's see this. This is x value and this is y value. If x is equal to 1, y is also 1. Same way, for the second sample, x is 2 means y is also 2. That way it follows. So what will be the value of y when x is equal to 5? This was the question. So it's 5, right? Not so difficult. Let's see the second example. Here, this one is x. If x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. If x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. Then if x is equal to 3, y is 4. That way, if we go according to this relationship, we are finding the value of y when x is equal to 4. So it must be 5. So let me tell you what we are doing here. Actually, we are finding the relationship between these two variables. The two variables are x and y, and we are finding the relationship between these two. Same way in machine learning, we find the relationship between feature and the target. This is the concept of regression. So let's see what is the relationship in the example 1. See, this is the relationship between the target and the feature, that is y is equal to x. So this can be used for predicting future variables, for predicting future. So why do we form a relationship? The reason is to predict for future. If I have any value here, like if I have to find when x is equal to 100, what is the value of y? Using this relationship, I will be finding the target variable. Same way in the second example, if you see, this is the relationship. This relationship is called as linear relationship. This is the linear relationship between x and y. So y value will be x plus 1 according to this example. Same way, if I get any value in future, suppose 205. So I can use this equation and say that it will be 206. So it's clear till now, I think. So what if we can see, if you see in the first two examples, we can see the data and find a relationship like y is equal to x and y is equal to x plus 1. What will happen if you have huge amount of data? Huge data in the sense, so thousands of rows and n number of columns. So how can you find relationship between a feature and a target? So how is this possible? So for this, we use the concept called regression. So let's move on to the topic regression now. First of all, what is meant by simple linear? Simple linear regression means if we use only one input variable, only one feature to predict the output, that is called as simple linear regression. Just see the example given in the right side of the window. Here height in inches, it's given, and weight in pounds. So this is a simple regression analysis. And like I've told you, you have to check whether the target, this is our target variable is continuous or not. Yes, here it is a continuous value. It is not categorical. It's not like yes or no. It's a value 241.89. So let's we can do linear regression with this data. So someone whose height is 73.8 and the weight is given as 241.89. That way the data is given for height and weight. And using the concept called regression, we predict the value for future. We predict for future. So simple linear means with only one feature, that is height here. I'm not using any other feature like gender. Height differs upon gender, right? Males have a certain range of height and females have certain range of height. But this gender is not used here. We are just using the height to predict weight. So only one feature and this is called a simple linear. If we use only one input to predict the output, it is called a simple linear. If you see the diagram here, this is how we do regression analysis. In the x-axis, the feature will be given, and in the y-axis, the target which we are going to predict will be given. So weight we are going to predict using height, and these red points are called as the data points. These points are the data. So these data, for example, I've plotted here this way. So what is this line? So this is our regression line, and let's see how to draw this line in the next slide. Like I have told you, this is height, and y is weight. So how to draw that line? That line is called as regression line. Given x and y continuous variables, really very important, continuous variables, we fit equation of a line to predict for unseen data. So this is regression. So let's do regression here. Like I've told you, these are all the data points plotted based on the sample data. So now, if I want to predict a height of suppose 150 centimeter, based on what I'll predict? So based on what I'll predict? If you see, we have to draw a line. This line is called as regression line. So I can draw infinite number of lines like this. If you see, this could be a best fit line. This could be a best fit line. So like this, to predict for a future variable that is 150, I'll use this line and predict this point, and I'll tell the weight using this. This line is called as regression line, and the regression line takes the equation y is equal to mx plus c, and we have to find a best fit line. We'll tell you how to find a best fit line. Before that, let's see what is y, mx and c. Y is equal to the dependent variable. This weight is dependent on height. That's why we call it as dependent continuous variable. And x is independent variable. So it is a feature. Height is not dependent. That's why it is called as independent variable. So y is the target, x is the feature. Then what is m here? M is the slope. So slope will tell you how much there is a change, the change in the target with a unit change in the variable. So this slope will tell you that value. And the slope could be like this. So the next one is C. C is called as y-intercept. If I extend this line, this dotted line is the regression line. So this intercept point, that is the point at which the regression line touches the y-axis, is called as y-intercept. So based on these four things, a regression line is formed. Using this equation, we draw a line, and that line is regression line. Next thing is the most suitable value of m and c. If you see in this equation, y is equal to mx plus c. X is the feature that will be given, and y is what we are going to predict. So y is the answer. So how do we get these two values, m and c? You have to find m and c in such a way that it produces least errors. So m and c value finding is really very easy. We have mathematical methods also, but I'm not going to that now. In coding, if you see, I'll tell you how to find m and c values, and using sklearn we can find this. If model is our object, model dot coef, if you write, you will get the coefficient, this value of a best fit line. Same way, model dot intercept underscore, if you write, you will get the value of the intercept. So this is not a big deal. But what is the big deal is we have to find a best fit line. So based on what it is found, based on errors. So what is mean by errors here? Let's see. Error is equal to yi minus yi cap. What is yi? Yi is this point. This point is called yi. And the point on the line is called yi cap. Point on the line. So the difference between these 2 points is called as errors. So you have to find the best fit line that will minimize your errors. Okay, I could draw this way so that the error will be minimized here, but it will increase here. That way we can draw infinite number of lines. But we have to find the best fit line. And for finding that best fit line, a method called LSE is used. So LSE means least sum of squared errors. First of all, you have to take, suppose L is equal to E1 square plus E2 square. That way, En square. E1 means the sum of squared distance between the first point. This one represents first point. Like if in the data set you have 50 rows, so you'll be having 50 points. So you have to find error with the line for each point. And then you have to square it and sum it all. After that, suppose this is the best fit line, okay? And this is another line, this is another line, and this is another line. And we have data here. Like this. So this is line 1, then this is line 2, line 3, and line 4. So using this least sum of squares, you have to find this value, that is sum of squared errors of a line, okay? If I have a line like this, you have to find the point minus this formula you have to use, yi minus yi cap. The point minus line, these distances you have to find for each line. For L1, suppose it's 0.05. For L2, the error is 0.01, and L3 0.09, then L4 0.1. So you have to select a line that gives you minimum error. And that line is called as a best fit line. let me repeat one more time. You can have infinite number of lines like this, and then you have to find the least sum of squared errors and then compare with each line and find a line that gives you a minimum error. So regression is all about predicting linear regression is all about predicting the future based on a line. So how could we predict for the future using a line? If I get a data here, suppose 5, the x value is 5, I'll predict the value of y here. And in future also, if I get a value like 5.5 here, I'll not take this value. Instead, I'll take the value on the line. The point on the line will be taken for my prediction. Okay, this y value will be taken. Suppose this is 10, this will be taken instead of 15. So you will be deciding the value, that is the point on the line. So this is all about the concept of. Let's do some coding and understand the concept of simple linear regression. First of all, just see here. Import pandas as PD. After that, import sklearn. Import sklearn is not necessary. First thing is import pandas as PD, as we are importing a data from CSV file. We have to use pandas library. That's why I've written import pandas as PD. After that, from sklearn dot model selection, we are using train test split. We are splitting the whole data, that is height weight data, into training and testing, 2 parts. After that, we are doing a simple linear regression, and that model should be imported from sklearn dot linear underscore model. So this is the syntax you have to write in this way. Then import linear regression. L must be in capital and R must be in capital, and in between both the words there should not be any gap. So this line you have to remember anyway. Then after applying the model, we have to evaluate how much correctly our model predicted the value. So for that, we use mean squared error and mean absolute error. If you see in classification, we would have used confusion matrix and accuracy score. But in regression, it is totally different. So we use mean squared error and mean absolute error. Let's run this. Then we are creating a new object called as data, where we store our data, which I have imported from a CSV file, pd.read_csv. So this is my file path, height_weight.csv. Then if you write data.head, the first 5 values will be printed. Okay, these are all the height and weight. Height is in inches and weight is in pounds. Then, so this is the whole data. The data is combined, that is height is our feature and weight is our target. So the next step is to split the feature and target. So x is equal to pd.data frame, data of height. So from this data contains both height and weight. I'm just splitting using this command of pandas, splitting the data of height and making it in a separate data frame. Then y is equal to pd.data frame, data of height, weight. So height in separate column, weight in separate column to do the analysis. The next step is let's print and see whether both have been splitted. Yes, if you see, we have 5,000 rows and 1 columns. Print type of X. It is a pandas data frame, and it has 5,000 rows and 1 columns. So from from 2 columns, we have separated using this command into 1 column, that is height. Same way we have splitted weight. See, we are splitting the feature separately and the target separately. So this weight is the target. And the next step is train test split, applying this method. X underscore train, comma X underscore test, comma Y underscore train, comma Y underscore test is equal to train test split X comma Y, and the test size is given as 0.33. So that remaining will be taken for training. Then random state any number. So why do we give random state? If you see, the whole 5,000 data will be divided into training and testing. So how, on what basis it will be divided? So for that we give random state. So the data will be divided into training and testing randomly. For example, 2 will be taken for training and 3 will be for testing. Then 4,997 for training, then 4,999 for testing. That way, the data will be picked up randomly in this ratio. In this ratio, test size will be 0.33 and training will be 0.67. The next step is, let's see the shape after split. Before splitting training and testing, we had 5,000 rows and 1 column. So now let's see what is the X-train shape. If you want to know what is X-train, you can also print that, how the data is being splitted. Print X underscore train. You can use shift plus enter, or you can press run here. See, randomly it has picked the values for training 314,988 that way. So let's see the shape after splitting. See, X train, that is the first print statement. Train X train is 3,350, 1. So this is 67% of the whole data, and then the remaining 33 is went for X test. Same way Y train, that is 3350 Y train, and then Y test. The next step is applying model. So the name of the object that contains the model is model. You can give any name, REG, or any way. REG also you can give, but let me give model. So model is equal to linear regression. We are calling this function as we have already imported using sklearn. So L must be in capital, R must be in capital. You have to call this. After calling the model, you have to fit. Fit what? Fit the data, that is X train, these data, X train and then Y train. The first 3350, 1, and then this is Y train 3350, 1. The feature is this, and then target. Target is this. Same way, this is the test feature, this is the test target. The next step is Y predicted is equal to model dot predict. So for what we are predicting for the testing data. That's why we give in the bracket X underscore test. Next step is print mean squared error. After predicting, we have to check whether the model is predicted, how much correctly the model is predicted. For that purpose, we use mean squared error. Mean squared error, sorry. Mean squared error means if you see the error might be in the data, it could be 0.00000021. So this way. So it cannot be, is it not, it is not easily to evaluate this value. For that purpose, we square this number and we take a mean to get a random idea about how much the error is. And then mean absolute error means without squaring, we'll get that error value. The mean of all the values without doing square. So in the bracket, you have to write test value, predicted value. So this is the actual one, this is the predicted one. Based on these two, we are evaluating using this matrix, that is mean squared error, then mean absolute error. So mean squared error, if you see, it's 96 point. Like I've told you, this is not too high. As we are squaring, it could be like this. And mean absolute error is 7.8. So the error is somewhat low. The next step is, if you remember in the PPT, I would have discussed with you the equation of the regression line. That is y is equal to m into x plus c. So this is the equation of the line when we do simple linear regression. We'll also go to multiple linear. In that case, we use two features. Here only one feature, that is height, x is height, and based on height we predict weight. So we are finding the coefficient of the model. So for that, this object, that is the model dot coef underscore, you have to write to get the value of m here, that is the coefficient of x. Then intercept value on which point it touches the y-axis. So print intercept colon comma model dot intercept. If you write, you will get the coefficient and intercept of this equation. So if you substitute any height here and if you substitute any height, suppose in inches, if you see, the height is 67.3. So if I substitute in the place of 67.3, okay, let me write here. Y will be calculated as y is equal to m value is this coefficient, that is 5.94. After that, multiplied by x value, we just saw 67.3. For this height, we have to predict weight. Then plus coefficient, that is minus 223.28. So this is the equation. And based on this equation, y value will be predicted. Okay, if you substitute and evaluate this, you will get the value of weight when the height is 67.3. So this is the concept of simple linear regression. Let me take you through a graph that could be drawn using import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So this is the code to draw a plot. PLT.scatter. This PLT comes from matplotlib.pyplot. So PLT is a short form for this. From this, we are getting the scatter plots. So if you write plot.scatter and what you have to scatter, that you should mention. then x underscore text, y underscore test. The test values should be scattered, and then color is equal to green. So color is equal to green I'm given, it's optional, you can give any color. Then PLT dot plot. So if you write scatter, these data points will be displayed. Then if you write PLT dot plot, PLOT means it will draw a line. This line is called as regression line. And X test, Y predicted. So based on this is the difference. So you are using a scatter plot for X test and Y predicted. To see our predicted values, we plot a graph, that is a regression line, for X test and Y predicted value. And the color you can give red, green, yellow, blue, that way. Any color of your choice. Then PLT dot show. If you write these 4 lines is necessary for drawing this graph. You can also label, that may include 2 more lines. So, but that's not required here. This is the regression. This is simple linear regression. So in x-axis, you'll be having height, and in y-axis, you are predicting weight. If you see y weight is 140, the weight is in pounds, and the height is in inches. So this is simple linear regression. That's all for today. Thank you for joining.